So I want to start by saying that it is really easy if you don't like these videos for you to leave. It really is. Like, it doesn't bother me. I think it's just funny to remind you guys that it really costs you $0 to get the fuck out of here. It really does. Like, and I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. No, I'm not. Pastor Dave's. Okay, the Pastor Dave account that you guys have been seeing is like a satire account. So he's kind of cool. I let him stay. It's just because it's funny. But yeah, like, there's no point in going back and forth with these people. So just whatever. But yeah, to the ones that are like just being like dicks for no reason, like, I don't know what you think you're doing. Like, nobody fucking cares here. I'm already sweating. Nobody cares here. So it does cost you $0 to get the fuck off. I will just keep blocking you. You guys are very annoying, and that's that. The second type of person that I'm not gonna ban you, I'm not gonna block you, but I just feel like I need to let you know. Nobody appreciates a know-it-all. This is not what this is about. I'm not trying to teach anybody anything. I'm just speaking things that have like helped me or whatever is on my mind. The mosquitoes are biting me. So if you're gonna be a know-it-all, like, go start your own channel and like go talk about something. Go talk about something on your channel and do that. But like, my comment section is for fun. Like for fun, and just like people just expressing whatever they think or whatever's on their mind. I don't even want to say what they think because I don't know. Whatever. Okay, we're gonna get started. We're talking about character development. It's so humid outside. Character development. I'm at the pool. But character development apparently still happens in the story. And there's so much judgment on it. I think this character kind of enjoys that, like, you can't really put me in a box. And like, I think it enjoys a community that's not supposed to be based around judgment, forced to judge this thing because it's not really whatever. So I don't know. I don't even, like, it's whatever. It's just kind of like, I don't know. It's just whatever. But you guys, yeah. So character development apparently happens, and people have been judging this. I think people think this is really mean, or it's like really mean or negative, or there's not peace, or it's not their idea of like an enlightened person. But even that, it's like, who is thinking there could be an enlightened person in the first place? I don't know. I think that there's either resistance or refreshment for some. I'm not sure. This is just bullshit. Bullshit. I have to try to be quiet because there's kids. This is just like bullshit assumptions. It's really just that. It's just a bunch of bullshit assumptions. I don't know anything. I really don't know anything. But yeah, I think like what you're seeing as character development, the personality, and even I think in non-duality in general, in everywhere, you're just seeing character development. Even when you see people that are more stoic, characters that go from being more animated to more stoic, that's just their character development. It's not, it's still just a state. It's not anything separate from this or anything separate from you in your animated state. So for me, this character became even more animated, and that's just a part of my character development. I'm very, very fuck off. Okay, very fuck off, Pastor Dave, to keep those down because there's kids. All right, but yeah, this character became very, very animated, and not in a way that's like, I don't know how to even explain it. But we're trying, okay? But this character became very animated in a way where it's just like very in character. Like, even though there's an awareness that there's really nothing going on here, it's all just character development. And you might be like, well, you're a total bitch. Like, how is that character development? Aren't you supposed to be like, I don't know, meditating on a rock somewhere? I don't know. Maybe that's what character development looks like for other people. Maybe the story's not over apparently. But for me, this character was always very much a pushover. almost felt like living a double life. Like, I don't know, just like burying my personality and like always trying to not cause friction. Like I cared way too much, and like I think I never ever, and this is just stories, whatever, you could call it whatever you want, but I've never felt like I fit into a box, ever. Like I've never felt like I fit into a box, and I used to feel very sad about it. Within the story, this character used to feel very, very sad about that, and wanted to fit into a box, because I think when you are more, when you fit into a box, other people understand you more and you think you get connection that way. So I was just really trying to get to this. I was trying to get to know separation through connection with other people by fitting somewhere. By fitting everywhere, actually. Like I would try to fit everywhere. But it's weird because at this point, the character doesn't just, like, even if you're viewing somebody where it looks like the character just fell away. And I think I like to say this because, and none of this is important, like, don't be a know-it-all on my page, or anything. But I think I like to talk about it because I think I didn't know anything about non-duality. I didn't know people spend years like searching for like an awakening or into this stuff, like studying this stuff or listening to speakers, trying to get somewhere. I didn't know that. It just kind of happened for me very suddenly. Like, you know, and I don't care, like, it's not to prove that it happened or didn't happen. This is just me sharing. This is it's just what comes up. It's just what I naturally feel like doing. But it's also just it's like it feels like an invitation for people to come as they are, even though I know that's the whole message. It's like, this really can look like anything, and even after, it doesn't mean you look like a specific something. Like, this still gets annoyed, but it like passes. It still gets frustrated, but it just passes. Like, whatever comes up just comes up, and yeah, and it's not passive, at least not here. I think for some people it is passive. It's not passive here. You know, there is a very much like just a natural, like, you can get the fuck off my page. Yeah, yes you can. There's just a natural that there, and it's part of the like it's character development. And some of you, I know, are still lingering, like the really annoying ones are still lingering, and they're gonna be like, you're encouraging people to be a bitch. No, like, you don't understand the character development if you haven't read the full story. So if you're somebody that's super passive and you think you're gonna get to, like, I mean, anything could happen, I don't know anything, but like, if you're somebody that's super passive and you think like it looks like you being even more passive, and like, I don't know anything, guys. This is just bullshit. But for me, this is just character development, and the truth is, nobody's gonna shut this character. Like, this character is the sound, it is the mind, and there's not a problem with it. That's the thing, like, and I kind of live for that. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. It's definitely egotistical. It's definitely like illusory. It's definitely whatever, but it's not resisted. There's living for that. Living for, like, people can't, you know, you can't tell me I'm this or that. Like, everything is just an assumption. There's like no care. It's like a carelessness, but it's not like I want to hurt people. I don't come for anybody unless somebody comes for me, but it's like a very, like, you know, if somebody comes for me, somebody, like, you know, if I'm in the mood, I'll go to them. Sometimes I just don't care. It's whatever. But yeah, it just feels like character development. That's all I could say. It just feels like character development and a plot playing out. And yeah, it comes off like abrasive, I guess, or whatever it comes off as, but it's still just this. It's still just like unconditional love as like the conditions of, like, I don't want you on my page, not you guys, and like, not the cool, like, if you're cool and you get that this is just a, like, whole, I treat the whole thing as a joke. I treat it as a joke. I really just get really into the story, and I appreciate the story, and I appreciate the plot, and I appreciate the characters, because what else can you do? Really, like, I think people come to non-duality to, like, just, like, not feel like a self, you know, and that's like part of it. But I'll never, awakening, whatever, there's bliss resting in that kind of nothing, no character development, and that happens here sometimes. But there's also fun being had. Like, there's fun being had within the story, you know, because nothing seems to matter. The characters just kind of, they're, and okay, people are like, to the critics or whatever, the ones being like, oh, you're like telling people just to do whatever they want to do. Yes and no. People say that and they assume like the people that search out these videos usually aren't like malignant, narcissistic sociopaths, and that is known here. It's usually people-pleasing, anxiety-ridden, depressive people that don't feel like they can be themselves, that are always trying to please everybody else, that wouldn't hurt a fucking fly. And that's why I made it. That's like, if you want a reason, which doesn't really exist, that's why I'm here, and that's why I share in this way. And sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Lately it's coming off a lot more whatever, but this is just what it is. This is just what it is right now. And people search thinking that this is all the stuff that people wouldn't like and wouldn't accept. That's what it is. This is all the things that I was afraid people wouldn't like and wouldn't accept and would separate me from other people. And it's just to know that this is already a part of that. So it's just playing out within the character development. It doesn't mean that this will be the case for other people. I don't know anything, but it can be the case. People spend years looking for the falling away of the this. This is a part of the this. Like, this is a part of the thing that you're trying to get so bad. It's already a part of it, you know. It's seamlessly a part of it. It's beautiful, and like, apparent character development is beautiful, whether that looks like sitting on a rock and never talking to anybody the rest of your life. And it's beautiful whether you're finally telling people to fuck off, or like I don't recommend like going and hurting or like decking anybody in the face, of course, and doing anything, you know. But the thing is, that kind of falls away because everything is realized as you, but the story is still playing out of a separate you. So you just let the story play out. I think most of the violent things that happen are from people feeling super separate and feeling like that's the ultimate reality. Those other, if there's any other things like that, it just kind of falls away. Like, there's no need to hurt anybody here. There's just a need to take care of this. There's just a need to make sure that this, you know, like that this has its own freedom. I don't know how to explain. There's just a need to make sure that this expression is able to express authentically. That's what I would call it. And I know like there's like a non-dual bullshit flag waving, but that's when you're thinking of just the none and the whole, when there's parts of the whole appearing. And I like to stress this, yes I do, because I think when you're looking at just the two parts, the none and the one, how do you integrate that? And I know integration is like a bullshit non-duality flag, but how does that touch anything? Because you feel like a separate self, you feel like you're separate from those dual things already. So I won't stop talking about the separate self. I won't shut up. I won't ever villainize the mind or the illusion or the apparent character, because this is already a part of it. All the things that you guys think are so horrible about you, or the things that you think are causing your problem, it's not this. It's believing that this is ultimate. It's believing that this is ultimate and that it's that's the best that it gets or whatever. And it's not, but it is a part of all of it. It's a part of all of it. The stories, the character, the development within the story. Yeah, it's just a silly story. So why not live your life? Really. It is just a story. But why not live your life then? If it's just a story and nothing matters, why not go live your life? Go do the things you want to do. Go express yourself in the most authentic way. Whatever comes up at the moment, just do it. Who cares? And it happens naturally. So within the separate, it's like it feels like you have to have effort to do those things, and that's fine. I think people don't want it to feel like effort. That happened here where it feels like effort at first. But you know, after awakening, at least here, it does seem like there's no effort to do any of that. It just comes up. It feels very effortless to just let that expression float because it's really recognized. But it's okay with having effort too. So here, there's no need to like, there's no trying to just be myself. I just be myself. Whatever you want to make that mean, I don't know. But even if you don't have some awakening experience, you could still put in the effort. Like, so before, this is effortless. So I'm at a pool talking in front of a phone. This is something this character would have never fucking done before, ever. I would have never done it. I would have been shy. There would have been so much like thoughts spinning around on what people are thinking. And there's a noticing of like, oh, that. There's a noticing that people notice me talking, but there's no care. Okay. But before, it would have been something I had to like work at. I would have to push against the thoughts or whatever, push against the like, I guess, mind training to retrain my mind. It's so humid out here. I've had to take 3 showers today, guys. But why not live your life? Even if you just get it as a concept and you don't have an awakening, why not go live your life? I've always wanted to do something, whatever. It's scary. We're all just, these are all just stories that have an end one day. And even if you can't go live your life, it's just, why do you want to burn the story so bad? Become every page. That's all you can do. You can't do anything. You can't become, it just gets realized, but there's beauty in becoming those pages, embracing all those pages. Every word. When you're suffering, when you're confused, when you feel lost, there's beauty in all of that. That's the only thing that you can do. And I promise you that even when it feels bad, it feels good. Because it's this, it's ultimate, it's just embracing it. And there's no way to explain any of this shit. But just why not live your life? Instead of chasing an awakening, go live your life. Instead of chasing no self, go do the things that make you feel like you fall away, that you completely lose yourself in. Maybe it's dancing, maybe it's skating for me here, or swimming, or laughing, or working on something. I don't know, but why don't you go live your life? Live out your story, because it's ending. And there's nothing wrong with it. That's the beauty in it. Character development's okay. Working on the character is really okay. That doesn't come up here anymore, but apparent character development still seems to happen without any effort. But it's okay if there's effort too. To change, to be something else, to stay just how you are, it doesn't matter. But instead of chasing an awakening, because what's the point? Why don't you just go live your life? That's exactly what this is. Why don't you just go live your life? That could look like a cup of coffee in the morning in a quiet morning, and that could look like going to a different country and falling in love. It could look like anything. But why the wait? Why all the wait? Even if you just get it conceptually, why all the wait if all of this doesn't matter? if all of this is just ending and the story appears to end one day, go enjoy it. Whatever that looks like, just fucking enjoy it.